Hey, it's Annie here. Welcome to another episode of Annie Learning English. Earlier before, I tried to record an episode outside, but it was too windy, so the effect of the sound was not perfect. It would cause a lot of trouble or it would disturb you because it was so windy and there was like noise all the time. So I'll just have to let that one go. Today I'm still making the recording outside. That's outside my own apartment. Today is a working day for me, so it's actually my lunch break. I'm currently in a coffee shop. It's quiet, so I'm going to try to make another record and see how it sounds like. In this episode, I am going to talk about from my experience. It might be helpful if you take a few minutes, if you take some time and think why you are learning English, what is the goal that you want to achieve. It does not have to be accurate or concrete, and then how you might achieve that goal, what you could possibly do to help you move towards the goal, to help you get closer to the goal in a period of time. That's just from my experience, that's what I did, so I'm sharing it. For example, if your goal is to pass a particular exam like IELTS, things that you probably want to do might be quite different from, say, a different goal, like you want to handle business English in an English speaking environment, like in the business world. You hope you get to communicate with your co-workers without too much trouble, without too much burden, language barrier. I also took the IELTS exam. You might want to prepare for IELTS online. I benefited a lot from a famous YouTuber. I think he is originally from Ireland, or perhaps his grandparents were from Ireland and he was born in Australia. I think, might be wrong. He has a school, so he operates a school, an English school, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but his videos were very inspiring. He gave example of how his son was learning English, and he helped us visualize the process of acquiring a second language. And he also said, do not believe it if you see statements like, well, be perfect or be excellent in English in 3 months' time. In his opinion, it's gonna take 30 years. Like, you're gonna need to spend 30 years to make it possible, in his view. So you might want to check YouTube and just go around different videos and see if any of those YouTube videos could get your attention. You might get inspired by it a lot. I believe even if you don't have a particular goal, it is still possible to learn English. To put it in a way, I think understanding how language work in a basic sense, it helps whatever your goal is. So like, it does not matter whether your goal is to pass the IELTS or to become fluent in business English. If you get a sense of how acquiring a second language, how learning English as a foreign language works, somehow you don't have to know everything. You don't need to do some kind of comprehensive research on it. If you simply have a brief idea, to just have one or two things, if you know one or two things about how language work, what could possibly be done to help you with English, it can help, because it can guide you. It will be like you have a mini English teacher in your head, which is guiding you. Go this direction, go that direction. Let's take a look at the map. Well, it's in the evening now. We may want to take a break, like that. And then you can use various resources free online, so that the mini English teacher in your head can point out the way that you should be heading towards, and then you can try to find other resources. Perhaps you can use dictionary. Perhaps you can just Google a word. Perhaps you can find something to listen to. There are many possibilities. So I just want to, that's what I want to mention in this episode. I think to have a very basic and to have a general idea about how language work, how we could imitate native speakers to acquire language as adults. I just think it might be helpful. I think if you're already working with a professional English teacher or language partner, it is cool to observe, to follow their lead, to follow their advice. It's absolutely cool, fun, and good. I think it's a good thing to do. I'm only offering my thoughts based on my own experience. There's one last thing that I want to say in this episode. I know I've said that I like English, I love English. It makes me feel like I'm having a second life. I'm living in a dual or duplicated world. It does not mean that I give any it does not mean that I think one language is better than other languages or vice versa. There's no one thing better than another thing in my head. I view language equally. It's just a method that we communicate with our ancestors and with people who are living now and people who are about to come. It's a way we communicate with other people as a species in different places of the world. It allows us to communicate throughout time and cross different geographic places in the world. I do not give any value comment or value assessment on any language. And that's all. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Have a good day, have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.